guys, it's Janie. Welcome back to the Bookworms Buddy. It's time for another Tuesday Talks. Tuesday Talks is a group that I started with my friend Janelle over at Mrs. J. Rod's Reads. We discuss book-related topics every Tuesday. If you'd like to come join the group, I will link to that in the description box below. This week's Tuesday Talks is on a hard-to-read book that was very rewarding. I'm not sure if our Tuesday Talkers are going to take this into the context of emotionally hard to read or physically hard to read. I'm going to go by the physically hard to read because I chose Caring Comfort. This is a huge book, almost 800 pages, and the font, oh, look at the font. So, it was very difficult to read. That's how I am going to take this week's Tuesday Talks. I think I read this book in about a week and a half, and this was actually for a buddy read in my group. Someone said, hey, I want to read this book. Several of us said, okay, that sounds good. So I had to order my book, and this was my first read ever by Dan Simmons, and I have to say he is a very gifted writer. It was hard to get through, like I said, over a week probably it took me to read this book, but it was also very rewarding because of actually getting through the book and actually really enjoying the story. In this story, you have Saul, who is destined to be left in an extermination camp from the Nazis. And, you know, he had himself, okay, I'm here, I'm going to die. That's my destiny. Well, his destiny was changed when he finds himself among this group of people who have psychic abilities where they can read minds. They can make them do things, they can control them, they can make them do things that they wouldn't normally do. So he's under complete control by these people. And he's not the only one. There were several people, I think they called them players or something. But I'm not going to tell you the kind of things they made them do or how they controlled them, because I think that's something you should be able to just go into the story not knowing a lot about, just like me. So yeah, it was really disturbing. And look at the cover. I mean, the cover is disturbing. That's just a disturbing cover. But it might even be maybe classed as scary for some people. I can't really say that because for me, I don't get scared really easy by books. But it was disturbing, the content of this book. But it was so good. It was such a good story. Yes, it takes some work to get through it, but it was worth every minute of reading. And it was even better to be able to go through this with a bunch of other people who were experiencing it for the first time as well. So this was my introduction to Dan Simmons, and now I've got like, I don't know, 5 more of his books that I need to read because he's really a gifted writer. And the stuff that he can come up with, wow. If anybody's read this book, let me know and we'll talk about it a little bit. I think I could probably remember a lot of the story. It's been probably about 5 years since I've read it. Maybe 4 years since I've read it. So, yeah. So, what kind of book or what particular book or books have you read that was hard to read, whether it was emotionally hard to read or physically hard to read, but it was still rewarding for you? Let me know, guys, in the comments below, and we'll talk about it. Thanks for staying tuned, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.